quick tutorial for how to play Roads and Boats on Vassal. So first thing you want to do is go to vassalengine.org or vassalengine.org/download.html. If you already have Vassal on your computer and you update it, this is the page that it takes you to. Otherwise, if you're just on the main Vassal website, you can click whatever this button says for you. If you have Windows or Linux, it'll probably say get Vassal for something other than Mac OS. But once you click that, your download will start. I'm just going to cancel mine for now. But once it's done downloading, and let's say that you wanted to see all the options for Windows, for example, you could come down here and see the different versions that they have for that. Or even if you wanted an older release of Vassal, you can where is it? You can go to the archive, I believe, to get some of the older ones, I believe, or maybe it's in the release archive. You can get some of the older ones. Anyway, once you download it, you can go ahead and open it up, and if you're on a Mac, you'll get something like this. Just move it into your applications. I already have Vassal downloaded. I'm just going to replace because I'm updating it. So once that's done, you can get out of here. And if you're on Mac, you may need to right-click it to open it, and it might not even let you open it. You might get an error message like this. If that's the case, you're going to want to go to your Apple menu at the top, System Settings. I believe it's under Privacy and Security. Scroll down to Security. It's right here. So it says Vassal is blocked. I'm going to click Open Anyway, and then Open Anyway, and then it should allow it to open for me. I'm going to allow it to access my stuff, and then you'll see something like this. So this is the Vassal interface. You see I have tons of different modules on here already. I do have the Roads and Boats module already on here, but what you would need to do is if you go to vassalengine.org, you go to modules, go to the R page, and then find the Roads and Boats module. You can go into it, and you can just download the vmod. So click that, it'll start the download, and once that is done, you'll go back to your Vassal interface, and you will go to File, Open Module, and then you can choose in your file manager the vmod file that you just downloaded for Roads and Boats. Once you do that, if you open up the Roads and Boats module, you'll see a screen that looks something like this will pop up, as well as this screen right here. So what you're going to want to do, let's just say that you're playing Roads and Boats and you want to choose a certain module. If you are planning to play solitaire, you don't need to look for a game online. You could just start a new game offline, for example. And if you want to select one of the pre-made setups, these are just the ones that are standard with the Splatter scenario book, I believe, and etc. So you don't have a huge range of options here. Maybe even some of the ones from the old Splatter website are on here. But you could also choose to make a map if you want to just choose whatever scenario. Now, that's how you can play solo if you're going to choose one of these one-player scenarios up here. But if you want to play with people online, you're going to choose a different option. Look for game online. Since this video is being made to teach people how to play Roads and Boats online for the monthly solo scenarios, I'll come back to this look for game online option in a moment. And for now, I'll go to the load saved game option. So once you do that, if you choose the load saved game, what you're going to want to do is, if you're doing one of the Roads and Boats monthly solo challenges, you can go to the solo challenge Vassal save file for that month, and you can just download the save file that I have uploaded to Board Game Geek, and then back in Vassal, you can select that file in your downloads, and then it will automatically load there for you. Click Finish, and it will open up for you. You get this message that says, would you like to start a new log file? You probably don't care too much about that, but if you want to be able to kind of play back your game after you've finished or at any point, or you want to kind of see the moves that you've made, you could start a new log file. And so you click yes, and then you sort of make a file, and it'll be with the extension vlog, and it's like a Vassal log file. And then you could load that up later to play through all of your moves if you wanted to kind of review it after the fact, or even if you wanted to make it available so that other people could follow what you did to get the scores that you did for whatever solo scenario. So for now, I'm just going to click cancel, but if you wanted to make a log file, you would just save it. Now, once you're in the Vassal interface, if you're loading up one of the preloaded scenarios that have been uploaded to Board Game Geek, you will find your starting material here, and you can choose wherever you want your home to be. So let's say that I choose for this woods tile, so I'll put everything on the woods tile. I can even grab all this stuff, and you'll notice that the chips sort of change. They now have this this sort of cornered outline on them. You can click this clear button up top to clear that if you're just setting up. But the interface does that for all goods tokens to show that they have moved sometime during this phase. So you start out in the production phase. You can see over here that you're in production. And if you want to advance to the next phase, you'll just click this red right here. But I want to show a couple other things real quick. So if you are, if your interface doesn't look exactly like this and you want to sort of increase the magnification, you can play around with those up here. So I can, magnify, and then that'll allow me to sort of pan around here. But if you want, you can actually use this fit visible, and I guess it's not the best for this module, but yeah, you can play with it. You can even set a certain percentage here. So maybe I want to do 60%, and maybe that's too big, maybe it's not. Regardless, you can set it. But once you're ready to progress to the movement phase, you just click red here. You can see that the button here has moved to movement, and now you can start with your stuff. So if I were to grab this, these boards right here, if I were to grab it, you see that sort of the whole thing is moving with me. So in order to fan those out, I can double click them, and then each one is able to be selected individually. So I might do something like this, and they sort of stack like that, right? And so, maybe I'm actually just going to leave one thing here. Maybe I will have these guys join up over here, because that's where I'm going to build a woodcutter. And maybe this guy hightails it over here because he's going to build a quarry. If at any time you wanted to, I believe you can press, I think it's, yeah, if you press the roads and boats button up here, it pulls up a version of the player aid that has been made available on Board Game Geek. It's not the most recent player aid, but it is available, so you could see, for instance, if you're trying to build the quarry that it costs 2 boards, the woodcutter that you're leaving this thing behind here, whatever. So this is definitely not the most optimal setup for this scenario, but you get the gist. Now, as soon as you're done with the movement phase, you can hit this red button here, and then you go into building. And so if you wanted to build a quarry here, for example, you're just going to drag the quarry down here and then right click each one of these to consume. Or if you're already clicked on it, you can do, I think it's Control-Shift-C, what is it? Yeah, Control-Shift-C. or maybe just Control C, whatever it is, or Shift C. I don't really use the hotkeys, but that's how it works. And then once you're done with the building phase, press red again to move on to the wonder phase. If I had a donkey over here and I wanted to contribute to the wonder, all I'm going to do is just consume the goods. In a solo scenario, that'll cost 2 goods. So, and you have to do this part manually. So you would just right click to add a brick to the wonder. And then once you press red again to progress to the production phase, the game should add a brick for you. And then in production, all primary producers will automatically produce. If you have a secondary producer on the board, let's say that this was already here and this was here. If you wanted the secondary producer to produce, I believe that it doesn't do it automatically. I'm just pressing the back button here to confirm. So let's just say that I had one of these and the trunks was over here with a woodcutter. In the production phase, we skip, and yeah, so you have to manually consume the trunks to produce the boards. Okay, so you have to do that for all secondary producer buildings. And you know, if your livestock is alone on a pasture tile, you would have to reproduce manually as well. That's the long and the short of it. You do get these trails here that allow you to see when something has moved during a phase. And if you are just sort of moving stuff around like this and it's sort of, you're just doing it to kind of declutter the tile, you can always just press this clear button up here to reset your view. Okay, now let's talk real quick about how to play online with someone. So just going to, I guess I should say that while you're playing, if you wanted to, you could always just load from here. If you clicked, start a game, new game online or offline, whatever, you could load the game file that, the save file that you downloaded from Board Game Geek. Now, if you wanted to, from here, you could just close game. I'm not saving. If you wanted to save it so that you could come back to it later, that's when you would click save. But now that I've closed that, if I wanted to, I could just go from here to open any one of those scenarios. So let's say that I want to play with someone online and I want to play the 2-player sandbank scenario. Wait for that to open up. Okay, so it's opened up. And now, if you want to play online, you're going to press this little, looks like 2 computers here. So maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. 2 computers up here. So you press that and you get this thing that pops up. Now, let me bring this down a little bit, this chat function here. So you don't actually see anything right here, and that may be the case for you. If this happens, you just need to press this 2 opposite pointing arrows connect button, and then you should see the main room pop up. Now, you're not going to play in the main room. For this, I would maybe create a new room and call it Sandbank. Click Create, and now I have created a new room called Sandbank, and a friend who is online, if they have Vassal downloaded and the Roads and Boats module installed, they would just open up their connection menu here, press the 2 buttons, and they would see the same thing as you. And then they could double click on the room that you created, and then they would see exactly the same thing that you see on your screen. Whenever you're starting up a new scenario and you're not loading one from scratch, or loading one that was pre-made, like you downloaded from Board Game Geek, you can actually choose the color that you want to play. So I might choose green, for example. So maybe I'll play with green. And I believe, for multiplayer scenarios, you would choose both there. And that's sort of it. Each player will control all of their stuff for themselves independently. And might do something like that for yellow player as well. Starting up here is probably inadvisable, I think, in this scenario. People are more likely going to start down here, but well, at any case, you kind of get the gist. So that's how you're going to play Roads and Boats online. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let's talk about how to make a map. So close game. I'm not going to save this. So if I wanted to make a map, where do I find the tiles for that? I can find them up here. And then you'll get a little thing that looks something like this. Okay. And that's how you can sort of, you'll get this new window, and then you can take these and sort of drag them onto the playing surface and create a new map like so. Okay, I'm not, sure what I'm planning on making here, but whatever you end up doing, that's sort of what you're going to do. You do have some special tiles that were put in here by the module creator, like the ones for Atlantis, the Atlantis scenario. I believe these pastures get flooded at some point. There is a claying scenario as well. There's the Aral scenario where the seas do something special, I forget. And then this tile doesn't actually exist, but it's used in the Mississippi scenario. And once they're down, you can right click to rotate them so that they're pointing in a different direction, right? So that's generally what you do. And then if you wanted to, make this available for someone else online, you could, let's say that this is going to be a solo scenario. Let's put this one back here. If this is going to be made available for someone online, you would just you could even keep it as is, but let's just set it up for someone, make it easy for them. Go to the one player, and then if you wanted them to be able to choose what color, then you could just save it as it is now. If you want to force them to play red like I do, then you could pre-click red like that, and just have these available for them. Go to File, Save your file, and there you have it. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Board Game Geek. I am Joshua Acosta on Board Game Geek.